Hi guys, as promised, this is my second video all about positive news stories. As I said in my previous video, I am sick and tired of turning on the news and opening newspapers and just seeing negative stuff all of the time. I think we're force-fed negative stories to keep us quiet and miserable, and we could go into that all day, the reasons for it. I stopped watching the news ages ago, and quite frankly, if I catch it, I barely know what's going on. And I know I don't want to become ignorant, but I just try and find my news in my own way, whether that be looking through Twitter and I watch, the Young Turks and things on YouTube, and I try and get a more rounded view, so it's not always what we see in the UK or what you guys in America see. I'm not being force-fed what I look at. I go and look at things myself online. We're so lucky now. We can go and have a look and really get to the crux of it. And, you only have to go on Twitter and do a bit of a search and some hashtags and actually see a totally different point of view that is being reported in the mainstream media. So I've been digging around, and actually it's been really positive because I've been looking for positive stories. So it's been really nice for me that I've been searching through positive things that are going on. It makes me feel really good about the world, so I want to share that with you all. So the first story that I found I thought was so lovely is that Sesame Street, which most people should know, Sesame Street have just launched their first autistic character, and she's called, I wrote it down, Julia, and Julia's autistic, and it's all about showing children what autism means and looking at the world through an autistic person's eyes. My husband has Asperger's, however you pronounce it. We will say Asperger's, but I don't think that's correct because it's German. So I do know a little bit about autism, having done research and stuff myself. And first of all, I'd like to say that I think autistic people are amazing, and there are lots of difficulties with autism, of course, but there's also some good as well. There's lots and lots of good. In fact, my husband just printed himself a top, Autism Rocks, in support of others that see the world like him. And it's all about allowing those that don't have autism, which is called neurotypical brains, to understand what that's like. If somebody's deaf, we learn sign language, or we find a way to communicate. If somebody's blind, we find another way to communicate. If somebody's autistic, you need to learn the language. And autistic language is very direct. So, once you get that, it's a lot easier. It's a lot clearer. So yeah, it's fantastic to hear that children are going to be taught about autism, because children are very, very receptive, and they'll soak it up like little sponges, and they'll just accept, because that's what kids are like. So that's great news. So well done Sesame Street, you rock. The next story that I found, which again is a story about diversity in disability and things like that, which I'm massively really, really in support of. And it's an American story again, and it is, there's a story went viral. A mum posted a thank you to Target. So for those of you in the UK, Target is a mainstream shop out in America, and Target had an advert for Halloween, which had a little girl in an Elsa costume, which anybody who's a mum like me knows that Elsa is like top dog in our world. I've got a 4-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, so Elsa is like, she's up there. So this little girl, this lady's daughter, who was called, I wrote it down, where is it? I don't think I wrote that down. Jurencia, I think it's right, Jurencia. Jurencia obviously also loves Elsa. And the good thing about this advert was that the little girl in the advert had arm crutches and prosthetic legs, just like the lovely Jurencia. She has prosthetic legs and she has arm crutches. So to see somebody in an advert, in a mainstream advert, that was just like her, who was Elsa as well, who she absolutely loves, was just wonderful. And her mum was overjoyed and did a post on, I'm not sure where it was, Facebook or Twitter, just saying thank you to Target for being inclusive. And I think that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we need more of it, because why not? It doesn't matter what people are, what people have going. Let's have some, let's just see different people. It's all boring if we look the same. So wonderful, great story, and it's great to see it, and it really warms me to see that. Another lovely story that I found, this will be the last one for today. This story was a really sad story of a lady who was getting married and her parents had spent $35,000, which I think is crazy. But that's a different post altogether on my rants on weddings that's coming up. Remind me that I've said this. And so they're spending this much on the wedding, and at the last minute, the groom got cold feet and decided he didn't want to get married. So obviously the lady that was supposed to be getting married was very, very upset, and so were her parents for her as well, and having to deal with that. But instead of allowing that negativity to continue, they decided to do something good with the reception that was already paid for, and they opened it up. They're based in Sacramento, and they opened up the reception to Sacramento's homeless population, which from what I've read is really, really quite vast, which is really sad. There's a homeless population of 2,600 people, which is big. And they were invited in to enjoy really luxury food. And it was just a nice gesture. Of course, it doesn't go anywhere near to touching, the homelessness problem in any way. But, turning something really sad, something rubbish that happened, into something good and something positive, and just giving people something nice. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Just paying it forward and allowing other people, just giving people a little bit of a chance to enjoy this, come and have something nice for, a warm gesture. That's, we can all go and do that and just make somebody feel good for the day. So these are my three stories today that I hope will help you to feel a little bit more positive. Just turn the news off, like in the morning at least. In the first 20 minutes of your day is where you soak up the most for your day. And we're so used to switching on the news, getting straight on, social media, especially Facebook and the statuses. And it's often just pretty negative. So try and allow warm, positive, human connection stories into your life early doors, and then have a fantastic day. And tell me any positive stories that you find. Do tweet me them. I'm on Twitter at Holly Matthews, Instagram Holly Matthews 84. I have a blog, iamhollymatthews.com. Message me on there. Reach me at hollymatthews.net is my email address, and just comment on here and stuff, and share this, and let's chat, and let's just be like positive people rather than all this negative stuff. Peace out. Have a wicked day.